Material things had become priceless and human beings worthless. Behind those material possessions, people's feelings were on sale. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Books and Breakdowns, episode 10. That feels like an incredible achievement because when I started this channel, I really didn't think that I would take it till here. It's been an experimental channel, and I'm really grateful that you have been a part of my journey here. But this is the last episode of season 1 of Books and Breakdowns, at least for this year, and we shall see what happens next. For today's episode, I have decided to read Banu Mushtaq's Heart Lamp, a collection of short stories that's been translated from Kannada by Deepa Bhasthi. This video is going to be done in 3 parts. The first part is a rant from me about my experience of reading this book. The second part is 3 excerpts so that you get an idea of the style prowess with which Mushtaq has written these words and Bhashti has translated them. And the last part of this video is just going to be farewell to you guys for being a part of this channel. Let's start having a breakdown. So to tell you a little bit about this book is a collection of short stories about women, Muslim women in Karnataka and their lives. That's pretty much it. So in each story, it's about quote unquote home problems, which are usually dismissed off as, what's the big deal? And she makes you realize what the big deal is. And Tagore does that in Three Women, if you've seen that video of mine. This book is one of those few books where I couldn't skip a sentence. Normally I'm like, okay, cool, I can skip to the next paragraph, especially if I'm on a deadline, like here on YouTube. And I constantly felt like, no, I have to. I have to give every line its attention because every line is written with a purpose. I also really enjoyed the style because as a student of literature, I always, I've developed these ideas of what good writing and what good storytelling should look like, especially in the colonizer's language, which, I mean, I speak, you speak, we all do. And what I realized is that you don't actually need a lot of vocabulary. You don't need a lot of lyricism or to show that you're comfortable in a certain language, that you can make the English language yours too. And I thoroughly enjoyed it because this book does not try to be anything. It does not try to appeal to a certain audience. It's like you don't understand it, cool, leave it. That's what the author in this book does. Anyway, coming back to my experience of reading this book. So I picked this up and I was like, okay, cool, it's just short stories. I'll be fine, it's not that big a deal. And then I read the first story and I was a little horrified because it felt like I was in a newspaper article, except I could see a human story behind the newspaper article or a headline that says like, oh, X died or X dowry or something like that. I can't write something like this at this stage of my life for sure. I've not met people like this. I've not observed so much. I have not lived so much to know what exactly happens in marriages, in larger families, in households. And maybe that's an indication that I need to not get married, but go out and see the world a little bit more. But yeah, I just want to say that she is really a very good observer. And I was blown away with how she had managed to make the ordinary extraordinary. I'm not even trying to say this as a line to you. I mean it. She has managed to make daily occurrences in a household seem significant, giving them the importance they deserve, highlighting the obstacles not just women, but anyone in a family faces. And she really deals with the subject of Islam incredibly well. I love authors that don't pick a side. I really enjoy that kind of work where they give you both arguments and you get to choose. I really enjoy that. But yeah, I wish I could have given this book more time. I wish I could have spent more time with each story because I feel like they deserve it. And it's almost like I'm getting to meet like 12 families. And it's a lot, it's difficult listening to a story of a family. If someone's telling you something that's truly important to them, it's difficult for you to process and digest that too. So yeah, I would highly recommend this, but I would say that don't underestimate this book. Give it time. Read it when you're in a space to read something like this. It's definitely a serious subject, but it's wonderfully written. Coming to the excerpts of this book. Except for twice a year for Ramzan and Bakrid namaz, Nisar never stepped into the masjid. He had cheated hundreds of people by taking advances to paint their houses and then disappearing. He would drink away the money and totter about. He had once even eaten the Jamaat's money, saying he would paint the masjid. Now giving him a proper burial seemed like the holiest of duties for the same people he had cheated. There's another one, and I'm not even going to give you an explanation of the stories. I'm just going to read this out. Material things had become priceless and human beings worthless. Behind those material possessions, people's feelings were on sale. Things decided the relationships between small people with big shadows. A fridge had the capacity to change the life of a young bride. The different colors it came in could play holy on her young dreams. Such possessions held a prominent spot not only in the house but also in making life decisions. People were running, having tossed their worthiness and their relationships into the air. Tired, collapsing in exhaustion, sweating, they were running. Aha, the golden deer is more than roaming about. It is making everyone mad too. It has brought everyone under its spell. The tail of its magnetism, no one could grasp it in their hands. This was the grand mark of civilization. Like, who writes like this? I mean, it's just a paragraph, but I feel like she's described my worldview right now. Nicely took credit for that one, Kayan. Good one. And this is the third one. The three children discuss their mother's behavior in whispers. Their paternal aunts used to explain away such things, saying, "Poor Bhabhi, when she has high blood pressure, she behaves like this at times, but she's good at heart." The children followed the same line of thought, saying, "Poor Ammi, she is good." They completed the sentence, certified her heart, saw no other way but to forgive her and make up. Though they were ashamed to see Arif Chikkapa's face, they went to his house when he invited them to the milk boiling over ritual. Shaheen Babu did not attend. Without offering a reason, she had stopped talking to Arif and his wife. And then many days later, as casually as if nothing had happened, managed to build a relationship once more. As you can tell, that this book is written with a lot of care, a lot of life, and a deep insight into how we as human beings are similar and function. I don't want to say a lot more about this book. I feel like this is something you need to read to understand and enjoy. But coming to the last part, thank you so much for being a part of Books and Breakdowns. I wanted a community of readers and discussing books over here, and I feel like I got much more than I wanted. Acting has been my A1 since day one, so I'm back to auditioning and doing stuff there. So if Books and Breakdowns happen again, we shall see. But for now, this is the end of season one. I will be reading, obviously, but I feel like I only want to make videos, one, when I have the time, and two, if I actually have something to share with y'all, like if there are books I actually do want to talk about, because I don't think every book deserves to be talked about here. At least if I have the mic, which I do, then it doesn't deserve to be talked about here. Thank you so much for the people that have commented on each video, that have engaged with this channel, that have shared this video. I truly appreciate it, and I hope you have a good breakdown. This is season finale of Books and Breakdowns.